Hi, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Zach.
And welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to tell you 5 things we wish you would have known. So what I was trying to say was 5 things we wish we would have known before we took a Disney cruise. But that's a mouthful to say. So, we're gonna run over 5 things that
Run down.
Run down 5 things. First, I wanted to show you guys this. Look, it's Pascal. It's Pascal. It's one of the new Park Pals. This one is Pascal. And go ahead, focus on him. Focus on him. There you go. It's a little Pascal. It's a little Park Pal.
There's also Figment and the Orange Bird, both of which I want, and Stitch, which you have.
I have a Stitch. He's on my desk at work. But yeah, these are they clip on. They're anything that you want it to clip onto, it'll clip onto. So it's like you can clip it on your shirt, you can clip it on your thing. Remember at Fairy Tales, one of the people had like there's a magnet that went under your shirt, and then they stuck on them. They had made a bunch of those previously, but I do like these little Park Pals.
Just came out and they are selling out quickly.
Yes.
We were at Epcot and could not find Figment.
I know. It's crazy.
Make me sad.
All right, so let's just that was just a random aside there. There you go. Bonus random aside. 5 things that we wish we would have known before we took a Disney cruise. Number 1, we used a travel agent. And so this list actually kind of came from like the standpoint of like we wish our travel agent would have told us these things.
Yes, our travel agent was useless.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's be fair. It does not cost any different to get a travel agent than it does to book the cruise normally. Is that a cat or was that a kid?
That was a child.
Okay. It's a lovely day here in Florida. We actually have the window open, so it's weird. But it doesn't cost any more to take a cruise from a travel agent than it does from just booking it on the site. So from that standpoint, it's not like we wasted money. And the travel agent we used did give us a $100 onboard credit. So at the very least, we saved $100 on our cruise. So from that standpoint, not completely useless. But
in all other respects, I don't know what you may have had a totally different experience with travel agents. This is, obviously not industry-wide. It's not all travel agents are useless. It was just our experience with this particular travel agent. And it really just boiled down to the fact that they didn't tell us anything. Like we explained to them that this was our first cruise, and that was why we were using a travel agent, and we were expecting help. Some level of service whatsoever.
Like nothing crazy, just like a PDF of like, hey, it's your first cruise. Here's some things that you should know. Here's some things that will make your life better. They seem to just kind of be stuck back in the old world days of like, wanting to mail you things or call you on the phone or something like that, as opposed to just emailing you a PDF. But they did send us a package. I think it's because we complained on Twitter before the cruise, and then they sent us a package maybe. I don't know, or maybe they sent them to everyone.
Standard.
Regardless, they never told us they were sending us a package. They didn't send us an email that they were going to send a package. And we live in an apartment complex, so we didn't get the package.
Until after we got back from our cruise.
A week after the cruise. So it was useless, So I'm not going to shame anyone because they are also YouTubers. So you can figure that out. Here's the thing. I will say this. We did mention something about them when Zach was in the Cove coffee bar. He mentioned something about not liking this travel agent to people that we had met, and some random stranger sitting at another table who had never had anything to do with any of the people in the conversation piped in and went, "Oh, they screwed up my trip twice." So yeah, that's
so if you have a travel agent that you like,
yes,
or have used one and have had good experiences, please leave their information in the comments down below so that we can perhaps use them on our next Disney cruise and or cruise in general.
Exactly. or just limit your dreams. Anyway, so you see what I did? See what I did there? All right.
Yes, I see what you did there. So
let's talk about
very roundabout way of saying
what? I didn't say anything.
Number one.
So the number one thing that we wish we would have known before we took a Disney cruise is that 75 days before your cruise is a very magical time. This is the time when you are allowed to log on to the Disney Cruise website and to make reservations for any of the onboard events like the wine tastings or the bourbon tastings or the cooking demonstrations. You also get to pick your port arrival time starting at 75 days out. And we didn't know this. In fact, we didn't find out about this until we watched a Bob and Kelly on the Go video, which I will try to link up here, probably closer to 30 days away from our sailing. And at that point, all of the early things had sold out.
You wanted to do things on your cruise?
So, from what I understand, most of the things of the onboard tastings and things like that, especially the popular ones, do sell out quickly because it's 75 days for a first-time cruiser. It's 90 days if you're silver, so they get an extra, 20 days. No, 15 days. And then it's 105 if you're gold, and then if you're concierge or platinum, it's 120 days. So as far as like beach cabanas and things like that go, those are probably...
You will probably not get one on your first cruise.
On your first cruise, which is fine.
Or your second.
Yeah.
Or your third.
But I find it, there may have been some things open for us. And in fairness, we did get a reservation at Palo. So we did get a Palo dinner reservation, just not the brunch.
Yes, but brunch is the one that everyone talks up as the best thing since sliced bread. So
anyway, if you're going to take a Disney cruise, mark down 75 days. It's a very important time. Make sure you log on to the Disney Cruise website at 75 days out and get what you want, pick up what you want. You can always drop them later, so just be greedy. Grab as much as you can. Okay.
Number two. There are Disney Cruise Line regulations and laws and whatnot regarding alcohol.
Yes.
How much you can bring, etc. You can buy wine and beer packages through DCL. Mm-hmm. But don't dilly-dally.
Yeah.
If you wait until right before your cruise, they disappear from at least the app. I don't know if you can still do that once you're on board. So if you want an alcohol package, do it before your cruise and not 2 or 3 days before. Yeah,
so we had been eyeing some of the pre-paid wine packages, which was basically 3 bottles of wine in a certain class or certain category, and there were several different vintners, listed in that class. So, depending on what type of wine you wanted, you could pay more or less to get a better class. But it was cheaper. I think it was 20% cheaper than buying the bottles on the ship. But we kind of were, maybe we should do that. And then we thought about it, and then we waited, and then the weekend before the cruise, they weren't there anymore. You couldn't do any of the pre-stuff of buying treats for your rooms, like the little chocolate-covered strawberries, or the champagne bucket in your room, or things like that. All of those things you can buy ahead of time. Or you can gift to people ahead of time. People that are, if you know their cabin number, you can gift it to them if you know their cabin number and their cruise. Next time we'll make sure to tell you guys when our cruise is. But those go away. So don't dilly-dally on any of those advanced purchase kind of things. There was a deal on board to buy beer, basically like a 6-pack for $30 kind of a deal where,
that's highway robbery.
But, and there are, this kind of also ties into things I wish I would have known before we took a Disney cruise. There are fridges in your room. I didn't know that. Like, we didn't bring soda or anything like that because I was just like, well, then where would you get ice and where would you not? So not only can you get ice, you can ask your cabin attendant to get you ice. There's an ice bucket in your room that they will fill for you if you ask. But you also have a mini fridge, like a regular hotel mini fridge that is empty, that you can put sodas, beers, whatever you want in there. And you can bring on beer. I think you can bring on a case of beer if you wanted to. You can bring on 2 bottles of wine per person if you want to avoid
buying wine on board at all. You cannot bring on hard alcohol. I think there is some kind of thing you can do at port once you've like gone to the Bahamas. I think you can buy some there at the duty-free shop and bring it back on as long as it's unopened, and then drink it on board. It won't come back through U.S. customs open, so you would have to basically drink the whole bottle on the cruise. And I've never thought of doing this ever myself before, but I have heard told that people might empty out a white wine bottle by drinking it earlier in the year or something and just keep that bottle and fill it with vodka.
WDW Aristocrats in no way condones doing so. If you do so and you get caught, don't blame us.
Alyssa. All right. Number 3, moving on. Number 3, notifications are free. So if you know anything about cruising, you know that you have no cell service at sea. You have really super expensive Wi-Fi packages on the ship that don't give you a lot. There is like a free 50 meg one that you can get the very first day, and it goes like
through that
Yeah.
on your first day.
It goes like that. And also your first day, you're kind of in port with your regular cell service. But
and your cell carrier may have international plans.
yes, they may.
Take a look and see. But
Notifications are free, as is running the Disney Cruise app. So running the Disney Cruise app is allowed on board. That's where you get your navigator updated. It also allows you to message other people. Everyone has a navigator ID on their app, so you can share that with other people and they can message you. You know, I didn't carry my phone around with me a lot because we didn't have data.
Yeah.
So it's not like a normal time where I always have my phone on.
basically a watch for 5
However,
days.
notifications are free. And by that, I mean that anything that pops up in your little notification thing of like, someone just left a comment on your YouTube video, you've got a new tweet, or somebody replied to your tweet, or here's a new news headline, or here's anything that shows up in your notifications. Those still come through, and those are free. So here's our little tip here, which we wish we would have known ahead of time because we had people watching our cats for us, is if you need to contact us, if you need to tell us something important, as long as it's short and will show up on the notification screen, you can text us for free. Like you could say like, call me at port, not emergency, or, you know, cats are fine, have a fun cruise, happy birthday, anything like, you know, something that will just pop up on your phone that you could see in your notifications window. So small communications like that are really easy to do for people that need to reach you. You can't reply to them without paying a price, but they can contact you. Or you could just go concierge and you get free Wi-Fi.
You know,
That's expensive.
very.
Number 4.
I think we touched on this a little in our recap of the cruise video, but it bears repeating. Don't do everything and don't try to do everything.
Yeah.
There are a million things going on a Disney cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And much like going to the parks, you have to know what your limit is. You have to know when you're going to need to go and take a break or take a nap, or if you want to go sit and just listen to the waves, or if you want to go swimming, or insert whatever you want to do here. Don't overextend yourself.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to do nothing. Like, don't be afraid to, you know, take a book and go sit out on the deck and read a book. Like, not on the sun deck, because who wants to be in the sun? But, you know, on the nice covered deck on deck 4, you know, sit there, or up in the Cove bar maybe, or whatnot. Like, a lot of the things, your navigator is cram-packed with things going on all the time. And a lot of them are just things that, you know, aren't as great as they sound maybe, and they're just kind of, so just don't sweat it. Just, you're there to have fun.
On vacation.
Yeah. Don't feel like you have to. And I feel like a lot of people get sucked into this in the parks, right? They will not have a good park day unless they're there from rope drop to fireworks and that they've done every single ride in the park. It's like, you know, just choose your battles, basically, is kind of what it is. And the final thing we wish we would have known. You need to have dress shoes to eat at Palo.
Or Remy.
Actually, you have to have a jacket to eat at Remy. I knew that. But Palo just says that it is business casual. And, you know, we both work in the tech industry, so business casual to us is jeans and a collared shirt, right? It's like, so, you know, like a polo shirt or something. But Yeah, they require dress shoes to eat at Palo. Now, we were on the cruise. We did not have dress shoes with us. And so we did not find out that you were supposed to wear dress shoes until they called you the day of your Palo reservation. And, on part of their spiel was, remember, the dress code is blippity blah, blah, blah. So we were like, oh, crap. What do we do? So we went to guest services. They called the restaurant and they actually sent us shoes to wear.
It's a little weird.
It was not the most comfortable shoes and certainly not the most stylish shoes, but and I don't think anyone even looked at our shoes in the restaurant. But that's aside from the point. Just know ahead of time that if you're going to eat at Palo, that you will need to have dress shoes, and you can't cancel your reservation without paying for it. So you
can I think it's the same as the parks. You can cancel up till 24 hours before. And note that I was futzing around looking for some stuff, and I did find on the Disney Cruise Line website where it does say that there's a dress code, and it does include the fact that you need dress shoes. However, I do not believe that was communicated to us either when we made our reservation or any time up until the phone call of the day of.
Yeah.
So,
and it's weird, especially if you have like black tennis shoes. It's like, what's the difference between black dress shoes and black tennis shoes? It's like to the eye, people's shoes look black, and whatever. I get it. Not walking in with bright orange tennis shoes with neon shoelaces, whatever. I get that, but
I feel personally attacked.
Anyway, there you go. Those are the 5 things that we should know. And here's some bonus stuff just because you guys stuck around this long.
But wait, there's more.
Because you stuck around and because we like you. Have we mentioned that we like you? We like you a lot. It's like all the comments that you guys are so nice in the comments. Oh, I need to take you with me everywhere. Just like have you make nice comments all the time. Hey, look, this is what do they call it?
Key to the World card, and it's not in focus.
Key to the World card. This is what you have on your ship. And I just wanted to point something out here that I did not know. Right here in the bottom corner where it says DV, that means that there is a Disney Visa card attached to your account, and that means you're eligible for discounts at the stores. So I know one time they were talking about a 10% merchandise discount, and I was like, oh, crap, I don't have my credit card with me. I need to go get my Disney Visa so that I can get the discount. And then they were like, no, it says right there. It's already attached to your
because
to your account.
While you're on the ship, that is your card.
Yeah, this pays for everything on the ship. So yeah, if you have a Disney Visa card and you used it as your onboard account card, then you are good. You're golden. You've got your DV there. Also, another little thing to point out, this is your restaurant rotation right here. This RAAE right there. I know it's not in focus. Anyway, it's the first letter of your dining room that you eat at every night is like in order. The third night on a 4-night cruise is always repeated. So it's like whatever restaurant you ate at the second night, you will also eat at the third night, because the third night is pirate night, and they just changed the menu in the same restaurant that you were in before. So I had to dig around a lot to find out what night I knew that they repeated the restaurant on Pirate Night. I just didn't know what night Pirate Night was. So, third night, in case you're curious. Third night, Pirate Night.
At least on a 4-night.
Now, I feel like that mouthy cruise director guy there. It's like, good morning!
No.
He just repeated it. Third night, Pirate Night. Pirate Night, third night. Third night, Pirate Night. See how annoying that is?
Yes. I saw how annoying it was the entire time we were on the cruise. I would like to not be reminded of that again.
Excellent. Hey, if you like what we do here on this channel, make sure you give us a big thumbs up.
Again, leave a comment down below. Tell us if you have a good travel agent, if you've had bad experiences with travel agents. Tell us things, ask us things.
We like to talk about things. Also, click on the subscribe button if you want to know when we put up a new video. But hey, spoiler alert, it's every Wednesday and Saturday. But we're buying a house right now, so that may not be every Wednesday and Saturday. Yeah. We might miss Wednesday
a day here or
Saturday
there.
And thank you for everyone asking about the Stitch House. As it looks right now, closing will be on November 8th.
November 8th. The only thing standing between us and closing right now is a homeowner's policy. And the only thing standing between us and a homeowner's policy is the new roof.
New roof. So there you go. Because Stitch crashed through the roof of the house, obviously. If you'd like to reach out to us on the socials, our information is down below in the doobly-doo. And until next time.
See you real soon.